The Ribble Valley has some truly outstanding businesses, and I'd like to warmly welcome you to one of those businesses, Melt. I'm with Trevor and Cheryl. Now, Trevor and Cheryl, you run this brilliant business called Melt. It's all about candles, isn't it? First of all, how did you start?
Okay, well, the business started in 1999.
Right.
And it was an idea that we had, a silly idea at the time, we thought, and people sort of laughed at us a little bit, to produce candles. Cheryl and I, we both had proper jobs.
Right.
And we were travelling lots and lots of miles throughout the weeks and what have you. And we'd moved to this lovely village called Waddington.
Right.
Which was absolutely beautiful. But we were only actually seeing it in the darkness because we were travelling all over the country and not getting back until sort of 8 or 9 o'clock at night and what have you. And it was a sort of a watershed moment. Especially for Cheryl, wasn't it?
There really was no business plan, Simon. You know, I wish I could say that there was and it was some grand plan, but really it was just a hobby, an absolute love of fragrance, which I'd always had, even though I had no training in it, and the two came together. So I started making candles around the kitchen, made an unholy mess, but at home, but they smelt great, and from there it just progressed over the next sort of 6 to 8 months. We moved into tabletop sales, we did some party plan, and then probably in 2000 the shops got hold of us, and at that point we realised we needed to produce a proper range that they could reorder, and we also needed somewhere to produce them.
And we're here now at Twitter Lane, which is just near Waddington, isn't it? And you've really extended the business over the years, haven't you?
Yeah, very much.
Yeah, we have. I mean, when we first started, there's a small barn just over the road there from where we're talking, which basically we locked Cheryl in there for 6 months.
Right.
In 2001, and sort of 6 months later she came out with a range of candles, about half a dozen I think, wasn't there, in those days, whatever. And then we very soon after that, we did our first trade show over at Harrogate,
right.
The Home and Gift Show. Which Cheryl did on her own, and I got a phone call on the first morning from Cheryl saying, "What are we going to do? We've got all these orders." So she said, "Well, we better start making some candles."
I do know a lot of the candles are made to a secret recipe that both you and Trevor have actually invented, if you will.
It's a bit like the Coca-Cola recipe.
It's definitely a trade secret, isn't it?
It is.
But we'd love to actually see some of the candles being made.
That's possible.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, that's certainly possible.
Marvellous. I'm joined by Susie and Sheila, regular visitors here to Melt. What makes Melt so attractive for you, Susie?
Well, I've been coming here for as long as it's been open, and it's just the array of things that are here as well. Of course, there's the beautiful Melt candles, which I never leave it out. I can't leave it out.
And the other thing that's lovely is it's such a friendly place to come.
Yes,
you can come, you can browse, you may buy something, you may not, but it's still incredibly friendly. So it's got a lovely vibe, a lovely atmosphere. The other thing is people know so much about the products.
Right.
So today I've just bought some perfume. I'm quite difficult to buy for.
Yes, yeah.
And basically somebody has given me their time, let me try on lots of different samples to come up with the right thing. And that's wonderful because you don't always get that in a shop. You sometimes feel pressured, and it's just great to come here.
So you've both been regular customers for many years. Is there a special time of year you really enjoy coming here to Melt?
I think Christmas is
Christmas?
particularly nice. Because
Right.
They have refreshments, they have mulled wine.
Yes.
It's decorated beautifully, and there's just so much choice in terms of gifts.
It's actually a really special point with my Christmas is, when my girls come back from university and we come up to Melt, we have a pot around, look for our Christmas gifts, have a glass of mulled wine. It's really special.
And that's a
everyone's
special
so
day.
Yeah, everyone's so friendly here, and it's a real special moment in our build up to Christmas.
And I believe the vast majority of the products you use to make the candles are actually Lancashire based, aren't they?
We're really
Including the
proud.
packaging as well.
Really proud.
So
of
it's
that.
very much a Lancashire product here, made
Absolutely.
here in the gorgeous Ribble Valley. Now I believe you actually export as well.
We do. We send a good chunk of candles over to Canada on a regular basis. We've got a very good stockist out there. In fact, it's developed into several stockists out there because they have sort of picked up customers themselves, and they sell on our product to other sort of shops over there as well.
Yeah.
So over there in that place called Niagara on the Lake in Ontario, we've also got a couple of outlets, one in Vancouver, and I think there's one in Alberta somewhere.
Right.
So it's actually growing nicely, and we've got several customers in Austria, believe it or not.
My goodness. Yeah.
Because we've got an agent in Austria
Yes.
that actually does
Yeah.
some work for us over there.
Yeah.
And then what we do with our mail order is we send all over the world because people get to know our product via the website. And we send to Australia, to New Zealand.
You've also won quite a few awards, haven't you, as well?
Quietly. Yes, we have. I think we've had a couple for social media,
Yes.
promotion of the Ribble Valley.
Yes.
And again, because we don't just see ourselves as candle makers, it's the story of how we came to be here that people also seem to like and buy into.
Yeah, I always got the impression that candles were very much a feminine thing, but apparently have lots of male admirers
Yeah, we do.
and lots of, dare I say, male fragrances.
Yeah, well, sometimes people laugh at me, but our fragrances are always either hims or hers.
Right,
And the staff
right.
giggle when I say, oh, she's coming along nicely, or he's not behaving very well.
Uh-huh.
It's just very obvious to me whether they're masculine or feminine. But yeah, I mean, any man who wears aftershave appreciates a good
Right,
fragrance.
right,
And the same in the home.
Any future plans, folks?
Always.
Always.
Are we going to expand?
Maybe not on the retail side, but the website builds brilliantly and has done over the last few years. And I have to hold my hands up. I was the girl who said nobody will buy candles on a website because they can't smell them. Thankfully, I was proved wrong. So we've got a
Right.
very loyal website business. But we're always working on new fragrances. There's about 4 or 5 that we're working on at the minute, but they can take anything up to 2 years to create. And I think the next step is to take some of the fragrances that we have into body products. So hand lotions, body washes, body
Right.
creams, which we think would be really well received.
Marvellous, absolutely marvellous. I must say, Trevor, Cheryl, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. And I must say,
thank you.
you're a credit to the Ribble Valley and a credit to British exports as
Thank
well.
you very
Absolutely.
much.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Visit us on Twitter Lane in Waddington or via our website at www.themeltco.com. We can't wait to meet you.